Welcome to Unity with Pam, with your host, Pam Willis-Hovey.
Hello and welcome back to a special edition of Unity. We are here on location with Jerry Barnes, Jerry's Canines. I'm telling you, he is one of our own world famous dog trainers right here. So I am glad to have him on my show. Welcome, Jerry.
Thank you, Miss Pam.
Tell my viewers, how did you get started in the dog training? I mean,
Well,
what's the interest?
Well, actually, Pam, I got started riding horses. I got started with horses in Mississippi and back in the 70s. Joined the Army in 75. And always have had an interest in dogs. First dog I trained was a dog to squirrel hunting dog. So went from there. After I joined the military, couldn't hunt anymore, so I started to understand dog behavior or animal behavior, and went to Germany, started to train with the Germans in mid-70s, and just always having a love for it, and was able to follow my dream, and here I am today, still enjoying 40 years later, Pam, what I started years ago.
So you've been doing dog training for 40 years?
Or better.
Or better.
Tell them my age, ain't I?
Yes, and
That's
I'm
a
not
good
going to
thing.
ask you.
That's a good thing.
I was going to say err on the side of safety with the age thing.
Okay.
But you said you've been doing this 40 years. You was in the, so did you do this in the military?
Well, I've worked with, I had a chance to train with the Germans, with what they call the Schützen Club, which is a sports club in Europe. I did 3 tours over there. And I had a chance to train with the Germans, and I also worked with some military police service dogs. But for the most part, just on the ground learning over and over. And everywhere I went when I was in the Army, I've always trained dogs, either privately or with a local organization, a local dog club, or.
At what point did this become a business for you? At what point you said, okay, I've trained everywhere, I've done this for other people, but now I'm going to take this to a level I want to do this for Jerry's self?
Well, before I retired here at Fort Benning, actually in the 80s, I was in Colorado, Fort Carson, and I started a little private training, just some things, working with some community dogs, and just charging them pennies on the dollar to train a dog for them. And so it kind of started back in the 80s. Officially, I arrived at Fort Benning in '91. And just started a business, and we're getting ready to retire from the military, and was scared to go out and put applications in, and people wasn't hiring as much. And I'm thinking, you know what, just follow your heart, and turn it into a business in the early '90s, and so we arrived here.
So I caught you really at the beginning of it.
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't know that.
Yes, you did.
I'm a big girl scout. So I want to ask you something too. You also have done this for, and people may not know this, you've done it for celebrities.
Yeah, I've been lucky, for the most part blessed, and I've had a chance to train for singers, and from Ray Lewis as an NFL player to Teddy Riley as a performing artist, Deion Sanders and Bart Scott from, he's an ESPN analyst now, but played with the Ravens in New York. And the list goes on. A.J. Calloway from 106 and Park, and the list goes on. I mean, and that's not counting, many doctors and lawyers, and just. But what's most important, Pam, is our everyday local 8 to 5 working people. They don't have that, for the most part, type money to invest in a dog. So I keep the prices and everything, so that everybody can afford to come over and see Jerry.
How are people finding out about you? Because, I mean, to be able to attract a celebrity, you've got to have a name.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to get close to people like that.
Yeah, initially, a couple of local guys here, John Copeland from Cincinnati Bengals that played with the Bengals. Initially how it started, before social media got really popular, just dealing with a couple of local people that had made it to the NFL, and sort of kind of start to pass my name throughout the league. A local friend of mine, Gene Griffin, that did the group, guy with Teddy Riley and that Blackstreet in that group. which was locally from Columbus, Georgia, that people didn't know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was the one that worked with the guys from Death Row Records. So I know he did GNR production, Gene Riley and Griffin Productions. But anyway, that crew was sort of kind of connected together there, and this was all just word of mouth initially. But of course today, social media is everything, and so you go on social media and put it out there, and but of course you have to have that name. People just not going to send you their dog from New York and California or the Bahamas to train if you haven't built that clientele. So we had to build that clientele first, and that's getting out there and beating the bushes, and if you will, laying down the groundwork. And when social media came along, it just made it easier. I had dealt with so many of those people at that time that it was pretty easy to.
And now you potentially, I'm going to say, have an opportunity for a reality show.
Yeah.
What's that experience? Oh my goodness, how did that happen?
I trained a dog for a lady out of Atlanta.
Okay.
And she was just so proud of the dog. And 8 years later, this dog is just still on point and doing everything that we trained him to do. She brought us a dog that had awful behavior. He was aggressive towards people and other dogs, and you name it. He had more problems in a math book, if you will.
Okay.
So we were able to take the dog and convert him, and made him a pet, not a pest. And she passed us on to a producer out of San Diego, California. And they came yesterday, and we recorded all day. And like you said, potentially we have the people that produced Animal Planet, and they came and recorded some stuff with us yesterday. And hopefully we'll have our live TV reality show and obedience training, behavior, and animal behavior modification. So.
Well, I had to say, look out, Caesar. Here comes Jerry.
On my way, Pam.
Well, we're going to a commercial break, and then we have some Facebook questions and some people questions for you. At the commercial break, we're coming back with Jerry.
Unity with Pam is being brought to you by these great sponsors.
Come on in to Sugars for a sweet taste of Southern cooking. You will be taken back to Sunday dinner at Grandma's house with everybody. Daily specials serving fried chicken, collards, black-eyed peas, also melt-in-your-mouth cornbread. You will want to ask for seconds. Also try one of our homemade desserts. You will be in sweet, sweet heaven. Sugars offers catering for all your corporate, church, and family gatherings. They will do all the work and save you all the trouble. Sugars, a taste of Southern cooking.
Hello, I'm Pastor Willis.
And I'm Co-Pastor Emma Willis.
And we welcome you to be a part of our ministry. We have a wonderful illustrated teaching and preaching we want to share with you. And also we sharing with you our dance ministry and also our choir and our outreach ministry. And we have a wonderful Sunday school. And we welcome you to come and be a part of this ministry. God bless you.
Is your weight preventing you from leading a happy, healthy life? West Georgia Health in LaGrange is the only accredited center for weight loss surgery in the region to offer all 3 surgical options, and your procedure may be covered by insurance. To learn more about your weight loss surgery options, visit wghealth.org. West Georgia Health, so healthy together.
Hello and welcome back to Unity. If you're just tuning in, I'm telling you, we have our very own Jerry K9, Jerry Barnes, and he is a world-renowned dog trainer right here locally, so I'm glad to be pushing him on Big Girl Show. Want to say, Jerry Barnes, welcome to Unity.
Thank you again, Pam.
Well, if you're just tuning in and you missed it, he was telling us how he got into the business, but you're going to really hear his expertise on some great questions. My good friend Keebley, this Facebook question comes from you. I would like to know why my dog likes to pee where she isn't supposed to.
Good question. One of the biggest, Pam, I want people to understand in animal behavior and modified animal behavior and problem solving, there's no one quick fixed answer for most of them. And we would give them the short answer, and we would like for them to, call and don't try to figure this out. Don't let your dog stress you out. Talk to an expert. Talk to your veterinarian, call a trainer. Phone information doesn't cost a thing. Like, well, we're going to fix that problem with her, and even if not on the program, we'll have her to give us a call, and we'll be able to further expand on that. But for the most part, when she take her dog outside, I would recommend she take the dog outside on the leash. Move to a location in the yard where it is okay for the dog to relieve themselves and stand there. I recommend a Flexi-Lead. That's the one that has the little button. You can press it and the dog is able to go out 10, 15 feet from her. And just go outside. And if she would just stand in one position, what most people make the biggest mistake of doing is following the dog around and letting the dog go and pee where they want to pee or use the bathroom or relieve themselves, if you will. So just stand in one place. Once the dog will relieve themselves, take them back inside, praise them, and immediately take them back inside. And every time she bring that dog out, if she follow that routine, stand in one place, eventually you can open your door, the dog would run out, because you've conditioned that dog. This is the only place that it's okay to use the bathroom. If she run anywhere else in the yard, no. This is once we take her off the leash. And we'll further give her some more information on that too.
Okay, thank you, Keebley. When you come into the house, let me put it like this. When you leave home, the dog tears up the house. When you're at home, he's just a perfect dog. Help us with this one.
I get this question a lot.
Okay.
First and foremost, I want people to understand, Pam, don't let your dog destroy your house. I mean, if you have to go to a trainer and the trainer tell you, well, this is going to cost you $300 to fix this or $400 to fix this, don't let $300, the dog cost you $5,000. And people so often do that. You go home, and I told a guy the other day, talking about that one, he said, well, if you have to, man, get a crate and put him in a big crate. He'll be okay in the air-conditioned house. He said, well, I think that's cruel, leaving him in that crate all day while I'm at work. I said, no, what's cruel is when I come home and this dog have chewed up my wife $1,500 love seat. And then I got to hear her. So you got to weigh your options.
That's true.
but at Tuskegee University, I teach school down there at the veterinarian school. And we deal with this a lot with the vet students there in our behavior class. And for the most part, Pam, when the dog knows she's home, and he's not going to mess with anything. He's not going to destroy anything. Soon as you leave, the dog's sitting around, he by himself. He gets bored. Anxiety, he sit around, he looking, he see your remote, I think I'm going to chew that. And that's what happened. They just destroy stuff because you're not there to discipline. And what people don't understand, the reason why he's not chewing when you're there, because if you see him doing something, you're going to do what, most likely? Tell him no, or leave it, or whatever. But when you're gone, no one there to talk to him and tell him no, or whatever. So the best thing to do, let's talk about a fix-it. The best way to fix that is to go to a local pet store. And they have these things, they call them a Kong, and there's like 3 balls connected together. They're normally red, blue, yellow in color. You can buy them different colors, and stuff them with like peanut butter flavored, cheese flavor, bacon flavor, and they make this stuff just for that purpose. And when she leave home, lay about 2 or 3 of those balls around her house. And instead of the dog chewing up the couch, he would spend the next 2 hours trying to get that peanut butter flavored bacon out of that cone. That's what we're trying to get him to do. We're trying to change the dog process of being bored, of the anxiety. The master's left, I'm here by myself, so I'm going to chew up their $2,000 couch.
Oh, give him something else to do.
Give something else to do. Refocus, that's correct.
I like that one. My dog is Houdini and likes to escape. How do you fix that one?
Yeah, and that's a learned behavior, and that's the one that'll take a little bit more than the show. First, we have to look at how tall the fence. People have options in this situation. We don't want to tie the dog up, right? But if the dog suffers to get out and get hit by a car, because they are, so we have to really weigh our options with this one. And there are some fixes for it. For the most part, it's about restriction. But for those people that really don't want to restrict their dog, then let's talk about maybe going up on the fence. But again, that could be a little bit expensive too, if you make the fence higher. So that's something we need to discuss a little bit more in detail. If the dog try to escape while she's home, or when she's gone, or you just got a dog, as soon as you put him in, close the door gate, and he's out. Some dogs are smart, want to jump when you're gone. Yes. Some dogs, you can put them in the gate, they'll see you're looking at them, jump right over the fence. They don't care.
And some of them go under the
fence. While you're looking at them. So we have there's options. There's some things that we have to do with that. So we'll further explore that, but we have some good answers for it.
Well, we got to go to commercial break. Then we're coming back with Jerry Barnes, Jerry's Canines. He's going to do some demonstrations with his dog right here on Big Girl Show. Pam Willis-Hovey.
When your child is sick, you take them to the doctor, right? Well, at Zoe Pediatrics, we don't just take care of sick kids. We want to keep the healthy ones healthy.
At Zoe Pediatrics, we're in the business of prevention. We would love if when our children are 100 years old, they could say they were never sick a day in their life because of what they learned at Zoe Pediatrics.
Don't wait for sickness. Children don't have to be sick to get better. Good doctors treat illness. Really great doctors prevent disease. Zoe Pediatrics, 10th Avenue at 17th Street.
Looking for a different kind of church service? Instead of your Sunday suit in a row of pews, Midtown Connection offers a cup of coffee and some real conversation about who Christ is and what being a Christ follower means. Midtown Connection is located inside Waldrop Memorial Baptist Church on Hilton Avenue, right in the heart of Midtown Columbus. Join friends over a cup of coffee this Sunday and enjoy uplifting music and a positive Christ-centered message. Midtown Connection at Waldrop Memorial Baptist Church. The way worship should be.
Come into Chester's Barbecue for our world-famous mouth-watering ribs, smoked fresh on our grill daily. Or try one of our barbecue pork plates with fresh sides. Chester's has delicious sandwich combos to choose from that are sure to please. We also serve tempting home-cooked favorites. And don't forget to take home your own bottle of great sauce. Chester's Barbecue, serving the best food at the best price, with 3 locations to serve you.
Hello, I'm Pastor Willis.
And I'm Co-Pastor Emma Willis.
And we welcome you to be a part of our ministry. We have a wonderful illustrated teaching and preaching we want to share with you. And also we sharing with you our dance ministry and also our choir and our outreach ministry. And we have a wonderful Sunday school. And we welcome you to come and be a part of this ministry. God bless you.
Hello and welcome back to Unity. We are here on location with Jerry Barnes, Jerry's Canines, and he's going to demonstrate to you how to survive a dog attack. Jerry Barnes, in your hands.
Okay. Well, what we're going to do initially, Pam, we want to show you that when a dog is properly trained, they're a lot of fun to have. They are a pet. They can be a pet, not a pest, and you can have a lot of fun with your dog. From the 3-year-old baby in the house to the 30-year-old, whoever, okay? So, but once the dog is properly trained, the first thing we do is we teach the dog, you have to learn how to walk on the master side, either the right, left, whatever. I prefer the left side. So we teach this dog how to do everything on the master's left side. I also train dogs, if you notice here, whenever I step off with my right legs, pay attention, when I move my right leg, we try to teach the dog to stay. Whenever we step off with the left leg, the dog has to learn to come with you. He has to learn how to turn. If I turn left, I want him to turn without tripping me over. Heel, heel, sit, relax, change position, scoot closer, relax, stay, come, go around, sit. And as you can see, I can literally control this dog with 2 fingers, Pam. It doesn't matter how big the leash are. You want to be able to have him trained to certain words that he learned to respond to the words, okay? Nothing, sit, nothing really, hard about it. People just have to be persistent and consistent with the training of their dog. And as you can see, This dog is he's well trained, he's well disciplined. We are in the process of training him completely. We're not done with him yet, but as of now, for no more training he had, about 3 weeks, he does really, really good. And you can walk him in, he doesn't pull, and so that's what we're trying to go with.
Now, what about a child?
Being able to...
With dog attacks.
Well, you know, and that's one of the biggest things that I do, Pam, when I get invited to schools and stuff. I talk to parents, kids at school, and then that's one of the things that I teach them. You know, every year in America, there's so many people that are attacked or bitten by dogs. You know, approximately 85,000 have to go to the hospital for really some serious reconstruction surgery out of the 2 million bites. And so we try to help prevent that. In light of what happened, relax. In light of what happened in Birmingham, Alabama, when these 2 little boys, 9 years old, was on their way to the bus stop, and these 2 Rottweiler get loose, charged down the hill and attacked them. One of them ended up dying from his injuries. The other one was able to climb up a tree and get away. And because of that, it happened years ago. So I'm really, really vigilant now and going around teaching parents, kids, what to do. To, 1, be proactive, and then to react. For an example, first, we want to always prevent it from happening. You see a dog, you're on your way to the bus stop or whatever, walking down your block, you see a dog coming, see a tree, a car, it doesn't matter. Get out of harm's way. Climb up on the car. We don't care if it's somebody new Mercedes, it doesn't matter. Get out of the way. But what if you're in a position, Pam, where you have no other choice? And that's how dog attacks most of the time happen. You know, first, kids don't know how to get out of the way. 2, they think all dogs are friendly, so we have to watch our approach. But there's nowhere to run. Like the 2 guys in Birmingham, there was really nowhere to run. One of them was able to find a tree and got out of the way, but the other one, so what happened, I try to teach kids that number 1, proactive. Number 2, if you see a dog coming, stand still, Pam. They're not going to win. Have them to stand still, freeze, don't move. But if you do that, and the dog still come and he'll attack you after you stood like a tree, and the dog does, in fact, engage you, then I teach them what to do to make the dog stop biting. There's one place, Pam, on almost every dog that if he does, in fact, attack you, we're not advocating hitting a dog, but this is one time it is okay to do that. You being attacked by a dog.
You got to survive.
That's right, you got to survive. And so, Pam, I recommend people take off your shoe, use your fist, your knuckles, or whatever, and you engage that dog, change position. If you strike him, Pam, between his nose and his eyes, if you come down hard with your hand, brick, whatever you can find to survive this dog attack, you do that. But you strike him from here to here, and he will let you go in almost every situation. What if he knocked you down while attacking you? Then we teach kids how to fold up in a fetal position, taking your bones and your hands, placing them over your face, the bones protecting your neck, because that's most of the time when people become a fatality.
Yes, they do.
It's whenever they get knocked down to the dog level. So we try to prevent that by whatever you do, try to maintain your footing and don't run, whatever you do. And when we're willing to, you know, Pam, it takes a lot more than what we have time for here, but we're willing to go to any school or wherever we're invited to demonstrate this and show people, show kids. Kids don't deserve to live with bite marks across their face, Pam, for the rest of their life because an irresponsible dog owner have a dog and don't train it and not proactive with working with the dog.
Well, like that question we said, the dog keeps getting out.
Exactly.
And the dog keeps getting out. And you know the dog is tough.
And you know how many times I've heard, he's never done that before. I didn't think he'll do that. Yes. Are you for real? The dog have really been showing them signs of aggression, Pam, for a long time. People just unable to read it, or they get too sensitive and they think, I often heard them say, and I'm sure you too, oh, he's not going to bite. He's not going to bite you, you the master. You know what I mean? And that's what happened. And people can draw a dog to biting them because they don't know not to retreat from the dog. A dog is a prey animal. And if you move away from the dog, you could put him in prey, make him pursue you, make him bite you. Otherwise, a dog that wouldn't bite.
Well, we got to close this show out, but Jerry, tell them how they can contact you.
Okay. Pam, they can get in contact with me, be it my phone number, 706-575-6799, by Also, we're on Facebook at Jerry M. Barnes on Facebook, or they can pull us up under jerryscanine.com.
Well, Jerry, again, thank you so much for doing my show.
Thank you, Pam.
I appreciate it. Show love in the community and support Jerry. Support him. You've got a dog, and don't do it on your own. Use Jerry. Show love in the community.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching Unity with Pam. If you would like to be a sponsor, please contact us or visit unitywithpam.org.
Come into Chester's Barbecue for our world-famous mouth-watering ribs, smoked fresh on our grill daily. Or try one of our barbecue pork plates with fresh sides. Chester's has delicious sandwich combos to choose from that are sure to please. We also serve tempting home-cooked favorites. And don't forget to take home your own bottle of great sauce. Chester's Barbecue, serving the best food at the best price, with 3 locations to serve you.
Looking for a different kind of church service? Instead of your Sunday suit and a row of pews, Midtown Connection offers a cup of coffee and some real conversation about who Christ is and what being a Christ follower means. Midtown Connection is located inside Waldrop Memorial Baptist Church on Hilton Avenue, right in the heart of Midtown Columbus. Join friends over a cup of coffee this Sunday and enjoy uplifting music and a positive Christ-centered message. Midtown Connection at Waldrop Memorial Baptist Church. The way worship should be.
Hello, I'm Pastor Willis,
And I'm co-pastor Emma Willis.
and we welcome you to be a part of our ministry. We have a wonderful illustrated teaching and preaching we want to share with you. And also we sharing with you our dance ministry and also our choir and our outreach ministry. And we have a wonderful Sunday school. And we welcome you to come and be a part of this ministry. God bless you.
Is your weight preventing you from leading a happy, healthy life? West Georgia Health in LaGrange is the only accredited center for weight loss surgery in the region to offer all 3 surgical options, and your procedure may be covered by insurance. To learn more about your weight loss surgery options, visit wghealth.org. West Georgia Health, so healthy together.
Come on in to Sugars for a sweet taste of Southern cooking. You will be taken back to Sunday dinner at Grandma's house with everybody. Daily specials serving fried chicken, collards, black-eyed peas, also melt-in-your-mouth cornbread. You will want to ask for seconds. Also try one of our homemade desserts. You will be in sweet, sweet heaven. Sugars offers catering for all your corporate, church, and family gatherings. They will do all the work and save you all the trouble. Sugars, a taste of Southern cooking.